What I go on YouTube nation, I mean, same man, Missa B. And today, me have a little bees in my cap here. Yeah? Fix my cap and let him go here before me let him go. But you know, it go, Missa B, really wrap up when we see things, So me want to just put this out there. But before me get started, me want to encourage you. If you like the stuff where I post, you like the channel, me want you subscribe. Me ask you to subscribe and share the video then with your network as well. I ask you also for just like the videos and just give me a feedback in the comment section too, because it go we are try to grow something and something more bigger than all of it. But today I want take on this thing here. I see a video I come across my little zone here with Craig Butler. I remonstrate with the members of the Manning Cup team I'm coach, Mona High School, I think it is. And to the degree that, I don't know, maybe the game, the match I go against the team, and him start to get a little loud with the players, and literally slap one of the players. People seem to think that it is not a slap thing, and carrying on. Now, as a parent, and I have had the opportunity to raise two children who are now adults, adults well in them 30s and thing. And I will tell you, I have never ever had the opportunity or ever even as much as slap my children in them entire years that I'm upon the earth, right? My philosophy is because I come from a background of my old mother that killed me with beating when I was a little youth. I just regard any kind of corporal punishment like that as inhumane, uncivil, right? And I believe that that is not a way to get the kind of results that you're looking for out of children. That is not the approach. So let me put it out there. It's not a man in the corporal punishment business. I'm worse. I don't believe in any kind of physical or verbal abuse, right? Because once you start to get loud and aggressive with anybody, it means that you are in a different mental state and that you are angry, right? And in the context of you training and grooming kids, because that's what a coach is. A coach of a football team is the surrogate or de facto parent of those kids while he has them under his charge. And if that is the way you choose to relate to those players, my view is that you need to give up that work. And any school who accommodate that kind of behavior on the kids that are under the charges of the administrators of that school, and if don't say anything wrong with that, the Ministry of Education should have fired the principal, right? And lock up everybody, because that is abuse. What I saw in that video with Butler and him putting him hand on those, and especially one of those kids, and slapping him up and telling him you need to do this and ray. That is abuse. That's physical abuse, and the anger and the tone of his addressing those kids is inconsistent with what one should expect from a coach. It is verbal abuse. And what is frightening is the amount of Jamaicans who seem to think that that is toughening up. Toughen up my ass, that is abuse. And so how can we be surprised as a nation when our kids turn into young adults and they by themselves know this kind of aggression you see from them? In fact, the aggression multiplies, because if you look at our criminal rate and our murder rate and thing, it is this same kind of negative behavior that these youngsters are demonstrating. And some just take it to the ultimate thing, because them now have a gun and them can shoot you if them disagree with you or them not thing. If we as adults can see that what is taking place is abuse, then something up so wrong with it, right? You get better results by providing encouragement to your youth them than this kind of loud shouting and pushing and argy-bargying with these youngsters. It's a football game, right? And if you lose, there has to be better ways to transmit your thoughts and ideas to the players than with that kind of aggression. Because essentially what you're saying to these youngsters is that that kind of tone and that kind of aggression is acceptable. And it is not, right? Any day that becomes acceptable, then I will tell you that so we need to give up, right? We shouldn't be complaining about crime and violence if we believe that that kind of treatment of our kids is acceptable, right? Because it tells you why now we have this violence-plagued, violence-ridden society. Because we have normalized aggressive behavior. We have normalized uncouth, ruffian treatment. And we normalize it when we accept that from people who are supposed to be in charge of our children. How can we find that? And then you have people who are supposed to know better. I post this video on my Facebook page, and what I saw as a response, I'm shocked, almost speechless, because some people who seem to, that is a good, the coach is just trying to G up the play. G up my ass, eh? The coach is toughening up the player, toughen up my backside, eh? How do we get there? How do we justify that kind? So when the same boy them feel that it is normal, then them call to a girl and she don't respond to them and them turn on and cuss her off and want to box her down and thing. Because guess what? That's the door, the crack in the door of behavior among themselves as youngsters that coach is opening. And when we endorse it, right? And a lot of people are endorse this kind of thing because them figure say Butler have links and them can get the youth them into big clubs and contracts and all them kind of thing. That is bullshit, man. It as well just tell everybody then if you can find a gun and go rob a place because to give you big money. Because it's the same kind of negative, aggressive behavior. And what we're doing is condoning these behaviors, right? I don't care that Butler have links. If him can do that in a way that is normalizing, right? Without that level of aggression and physical and mental. In fact, Butler's wife, there's a story in the paper, and a friend of mine just shared it with me, where his wife, in 2020, his wife literally took to social media. The Gleaner published a story where she spoke about his physical and verbal abuse, that his abusiveness towards his children, towards her. And all that we have seen is that this little video clip is just a glimpse into what is his style. And if that is the style that you need for you, so you them advance themselves, well, I will tell you, better you go buy a hand cart and go and do another thing, right? Because me personally believe that wrong. And who don't like it that I think that kind of way, come and fight me. Right? We have to, as a population, recognize indecency when we see it. We must be able to see through the behaviors and see that the thing wrong. You can't make a wrong right because somewhere in there something might wash off by you. And yeah, I'm not taking anything away from whatever is his ability as a coach. But the fact is, one of the first thing you need to learn as a coach, and it look like you need to go back to school, because you lose. The worst thing to do is to show this side of your personality to the people who you are in charge of, right? Because it's a weakness. And any Jamaican out there, and I don't care, you could have been the Prime Minister, the Governor General, or Jesus Christ. May I tell you, that is a weakness. And that have nothing to do with strength, right? Strength is your ability to recognize that a crap behavior that, right? And call it for what it is. That is strength, right? Strength is being able to transmit to your players that, hey, we're doing something wrong, right? But let's find a way that we can keep the youth. Because, I don't care about the spirit, because if I saw you generate spirit, right? No wonder the youth them as a player run against them, everybody fire a kick on the next player, and before you know, the referee run them off of the field, red card and all them kind of, because we are normalized aggressive, uncouth behavior. And that what I see is exactly what it is. And who don't like it, fight me. Give me a feedback. Let me hear what you think in the comment section, right? And maybe ask you if you just share the video, and like and subscribe to the channel so when the next video drop, you know how it go, right? And may I ask you as well, check out, my other sites, yardmedia.com for some, nice merchandise. You see, my nice cap here where me just let out the bees from out, right? And some nice t-shirt and ray. And check out yardmedia.com for some videos on Jamaican music. We had some interviews with man like Derek Harriott and Mikey Bennett and them and big artists, Sly Dunbar, etc. Check me out. All right? More time.